I was doing government contracting, my trucking company, of course, the boat and jet ski rental stuff, real estate. I had my hands in a whole lot way before becoming an influencer or mentor, right? I've been living in big boy houses. I've been driving big boy whips, all of that good stuff, right? So that you understand that I really come from this, right? And the reason why I want to talk about what I'm talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is because one, I got fucked over. And two, some of you have gotten messed over and you still are getting messed over.
Let's talk about that shit that's deep inside is really hurting you. Let's talk about the industry and how they overworking you. It's okay to be broke if you stay there, then that's personal. Let's talk what you trying to do. Let's talk what you trying to be. Trying to stack that money up to nobody as rich as me. Let's talk about our history. No, let's talk about that mystery. Let's sit down, have a personal talk. You gotta meet it with some action. We can show you how to walk. Compounded interest, stacking up my digits. You ain't got no paper, we could show you how to get it. You a drug dealer, you could probably run a business. Yes, I went to college, sorry mama, I ain't finished. I'm a boss now, look around, nobody stepping up. I ain't been around, I stayed down till I got my cheddar up. Now it's Rolls Royces, a lot of horses, ain't no catching up. We know niggas broken, niggas hating, but they ain't a threat to.
All right, now look, before you get into this episode, I just gotta say it because it's already people hit me up from Atlanta like, yo, what happened? You good? Da-da-da. Motherfuckers, I ain't heard from in over a year, but it is what it is. I actually, nah, we ain't gonna do that. Listen, there's no hate in my heart. I just want you guys to be put up on game. So make sure that you're watching this episode from beginning to end and make sure that you tune in next Wednesday because there is a part 2 to this whole lure. I'll see y'all. Welcome back to another episode of on the Tlkn Prsnl Podcast, where we do nothing but tell the truth, have deep dive conversations, and we don't hold shit back, ladies and gentlemen. But with that being said, before we hop into this lovely, spicy episode, I just want to remind you, especially if you weren't able to catch episode 1, that in 2024, for those of you that have children, we are becoming better parents. Not saying that you're a bad parent, but we becoming better parents in 2024. So what does that mean? That means that if you have time to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do with your child, make sure you take that time to do it. And I'm just prime example. I'm not one that's going to tell you to do something and that's not doing it myself. I actually hopped off of the set in the middle of an episode, and I shot to the pool because I promised my daughter that I was going to go swim with her tonight. We went swimming the other night together, and she really enjoyed it because, truth be told, she really used to me being a Tasmanian devil in the water with her, meaning I'm going to let your ass go right here, and I'm going to go ahead about my business, and I'll see you when you get back to me. But now I put her on swim lessons, and just the other night, man, we swim. I did my little 30 minutes by myself, and then I went over in the shallow side with her, and I spent 15 minutes with her, and just the joy. I can't wait till she see it. I know when she be saying this shit, she just be melting inside. But just to see the smile that she had, and then, you know, now she's more engaged and excited to go swimming because Daddy was in there with her. I made it my business to go over there. So just 2024, man, become a better parent. If you have time, and if you don't have the time, make time. I live around the corner from the pool, so I had no excuse. This goddamn podcast shit can wait. So that's exactly what I did. I went, stopped, went and swim, came back, hop in the shower, and now I'm back here. So, goddamn it, it's past my bedtime, but we getting to it, goddamn it. But in addition to becoming better parents in 2024, ladies and gentlemen, I also want you to understand that in 2024, we're not making any excuses. In 2024, we are being consistent. We're not making excuses. We just showing up. All right. We not caring about what everybody else is doing. We worrying about what we doing. All right. If it's not about the family, and I'm talking immediate family, I'm talking about your kids, your wife, your significant other, whatever it is that you have. Because some of y'all got We ain't gonna go there. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode, when I tell you it's gonna be spicy, goddamn it, I mean it's gonna be spicy. You need to go ahead and just clear the room. So everybody go ahead and get out. Let me write these notes down because this boy about to go in. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're talking about these fake ass influencers. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I done did this shit about 3 times. Why? Because I got my grandmother here, I got my mother here. Everybody want to run crazy, but it's all good. You know, everything happens for a reason. So I got me a little yak. So hopefully this shit goes well. But with that being said, with my disclaimer, I'm gonna tell you how messy y'all motherfuckers are. About 2 weeks ago, I dropped something on my Instagram when Cat Williams went on Shay Podcast and it was going crazy. Shay Club. Let me give my man his correct title. It ain't podcast. It's Shay's Club. Cat Williams went on there and he was airing everybody out. I said, you know what? Goddamn it! I told my team. I said, I'm about to go do the same thing about these goddamn influencers. And immediately they said, hell no, we not doing that. So I'm going to keep my word, right? I pay my attorney, well, one of my attorneys, quarterly. That nigga ain't had to do no work in a couple of quarters. So I said, fuck it. If they come with the suing, he got some work to do. But he said, that doesn't make sense, bro. Like, I ain't did nothing. That's a good thing. You don't pay me for a couple of quarters, but ain't no need to go and get these motherfuckers no free money for defamation because you know that's what they gonna do because they need the money because there's no longer a pandemic. So therefore, they trying to get it any way that they can. So I said, you know what? You're right. My other advisor, he said, Shaod, don't do that shit, period. Because in 2024, we not worried about nobody else. And I said, you're right, bro. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't be who I am if I don't get on this here podcast and say to people, man, because at the end of the day, I do this shit to really see others make it through. I do this only so that others can see someone like me that's gone through what I've gone through and have made it out. It's not for the money. It's not for the fame. It's not for none of that bullshit. And if I can keep it 100 with you, whether you guys believe it or not, for those of you that really actually follow me and know me, I'm an introvert. I'm a shy guy. I like to be to myself. And that's just what it is. Now, most of y'all probably like, Shy, you're lying, you're bullshit. But nah, it's just, I know how to turn my energy on and all. But in reality, if I really could, I wouldn't do this shit. But I appreciate every single one of you on a, I ain't gonna say daily because I be capping and I ain't capping. But at least at a minimum, every other day, somebody is DMing me like, yo, you motivate me, bro. You inspire me. So that's the reason why I stay in front of these cameras, man, because I know at the end of the day, I'm inspiring you and I'm motivating you. But let's get into it, goddammit. Tonight we're talking about these goddamn capping ass influencers. All right? Now, for those of you that are my true followers, you can see that Boat Goat ain't really been popping his shit lately. He ain't been talking about no course. He ain't been talking about no mentorship. And truth be told, yeah, I've been flooding my DMs about a mentorship. But I had to take a break, y'all. And we're going to go into a deep dive. We're going to really unravel this paper and we're going to really flatten it out. And we're going to eat this candy together tonight, all right? So I'm asking you. Matter of fact, I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. Make sure you stay to the end because this shit getting spicy, right? So let's dive right into it. And before I dive into it, I want to tell all of the new people that's coming into this shit, you need to be paying attention too, because I see the way some of y'all moving and y'all falling into that same trap that I fell into. And some of y'all, you might fuck yourselves if you continue going down the route that you're going down. So you need to tune in and pay attention as well. But these cappers, man. Let's start with the red flags. A lot of you are blinded because a lot of these people are great speakers. They speak very well. Now, some of the marketers, they're going to probably hate me for this, but who gives a fuck? I'm saving my people. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 times out of 10, when you see these people always screaming about how happy they are with their wives, how happy they are with their husbands, how godly they are, how they grew up with such a bad home and father in jail and mother on drugs and homeless and all this extra bullshit. I want you to pay very close attention to those people. Simply because what I realize is a lot of these motherfuckers are capping. All right. Personal experience. And I hope tonight's episode, you understand and you realize that everything that I'm saying is coming from a great place. There's no hatred in my heart whatsoever. I'm not a hater. And in fact, as we get into the episode, you're going to quickly realize and understand that I gave niggas they flowers simply because I was blinded. But let's get into it. I know y'all, we probably about 5 minutes. You like, nigga, just get to it. We about to get to it. So back in 2020, y'all, I had an almost fatal accident. That's why I got this pretty ass scar right here on that forehead. To where I was confined to my bed for an entire year. I couldn't walk. I had broken my right femur, so I had to learn how to walk and all that good stuff all over again. But while being in that bed, my ex at the time, she was saying like, "Hey, you need to get on Instagram because I'm noticing there's quite a few, black people that's on there, and they educating people." And for those of you that don't know, most of you know I'm into the boat and jet ski rental industry, but it's a side hustle for me. I'm really deep dive into government contracting in the trucking industry. My first business at 18 years old was my shuttle service. And so I've been doing this whole CEO thing for quite some time. I'm 33 now. Again, I've been a legal CEO since 18 years old. But as I was on my bed, I was starting to go into this dark zone. I was starting to go into this real dark tunnel because I was popping pills left and right simply because I was in pain all the time. And for those of you that don't know, I served in the military. I've served in the war for a year. And so popping these pills, I was just going into this dark zone. My PTSD was just flaring up. I was having flashbacks and all this other good shit. And so I was trying to find an outlet. So when my ex-girlfriend had told me about, these people that were, showing up on Instagram about teaching different industries, I started to dial into that, right? One, because I was learning new things. And that's how I learned about Turo and the Airbnb, although it's been around for years. But because I hopped back onto Instagram, I learned about these things. And she was also telling me, well, maybe, since you just laying in the bed and you just trying to find something else to do to, keep you busy, won't you start teaching the people about the government contracting? And so I was sitting back and I was watching certain individuals, and this is one particular guy. He was teaching about the Turo game, right? And so I dialed into him, and I'm like, yo, I'm proud of young. Like, I don't know this dude, but bro, like, to hear your story and to know where you come from, it's like, yo, I can relate. Right? All to find out it was all cap. Again, my advisor said, Rashad, you can go ahead and do the episode, but you better not say no names. But ladies and gentlemen, if you pay close attention to what I'm saying, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. And it's not just one individual. We're going to unravel a couple of these motherfuckers tonight. But so this individual, I reach out, I watch him for a couple of weeks. I tap in, I'm like, yo, like, bro, keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. And mind you, I don't know him from a can of paint. But I'm never a hating individual. When I see somebody doing well, and if they come with a story, you know, I'm gonna give you your flowers. And so we ended up building a relationship. What I thought was a genuine relationship, but we built something. And so I can recall him like telling me like, bro, like I never heard of nobody talking about the boat or jet ski rental industry, bro. You got to do a course. And I remember telling him like, yeah, I'm already into that. I already got that dialed in. Matter of fact, MLK weekend, damn, that's crazy. I ain't even think about that, Jamal. This is actually when I really came out 3 years ago around MLK. That's crazy. Time passes very fast. That's crazy. Salute, my nigga. You know what I mean? So I tell him, I say MLK weekend, my joint gonna drop. Now, mind you, I had no background in marketing outside of my businesses. But the whole internet thing was new to me. I had no understanding of it. I had to tap in. So I started watching this guy and we built a relationship. And of course, I learned a couple of things from him because he was already into it. Later on, realizing and not understanding that all along, this nigga was a fraud. It was all cap. All of these Rolls Royces and Bentleys and all these fancy cars that I thought he owned, he didn't own. All of these things that he was telling me he had, he didn't have. But of course, me being who I am, I'm fresh. Honestly, I'm into my trucking, but I'm also just coming out of the streets. So I'm learning. I'm blinded. And to keep it 100, I'm an individual where, you know how like somebody come and tell you something about somebody and it's like, all right, well, I heard that, but I'm gonna stop fucking with this person. I'm not that type of individual because just because you guys went through something does not mean that that's my same experience or it's gonna be my same experience. But little did I know, it was my same experience. So this individual, I learned that he didn't own any of these vehicles. It was all cap. He was just someone who understood that you can leverage other people's assets or other people's liabilities, which you really will call it, because these people would just have these cars parked instead of making money off of them. So he had a, what do you call it, gift of gab, however you say it, that he found individuals who had these fancy vehicles, these nice vehicles, and he leveraged it. I'm not mad at that. What I do have a problem with, though, is you capping and you going around telling people these are your vehicles. That's where I have a problem at. When you're faking going to these different dealerships and fake signing paperwork as if you just purchased the vehicle. Cap. But I didn't understand it because I went into it like, yo, this is a motherfucker that grew up the way I grew up, or not exactly how I grew up, but came through a little struggle, and now they successful, they young, they made it through. But I was woken up one day, ladies and gentlemen, when the young man walked into my house. Now me, again, I've been a CEO for many years. Since I was 18, I've owned a real corporation. I'm now 33, all right? But when this individual stepped foot in the crib, he's like, yo, damn. To the point he was like, yo, you ever been in such and such house? Well, I ain't got to say such and such. Yo, you ever been in Shaw's house? Nah, then, yo, he got a nice little spread. Then he get to the closet, like, yo, let me back up. He gets on FaceTime. Yo, look at this nigga closet. I ain't never been in a closet this big. And I woke up. Because in my head, I'm like, damn. You on live and you on social media all day talking about the different exotic cars and the different mansions and all this shit. What you mean this the biggest you ever been in? Because all your boys, they all got mansions and shit. What you mean it's the biggest? But I woke up. That's when the other side of me clicked in. Like, hold up, nigga. You need to pay attention. He telling you something here, right? But I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I kept fucking with him because I thought our relationship was genuine. And it wasn't until I went to Miami. You know, I was a frequent flyer to Miami. You know, Miami, they got all the nice boats out there. So I was in Miami for, you know, quite some time. That was like a frequent area that I visited. And so I'm having a conversation with an individual. And she say, you know your boy tried to son you. I'm like, what you mean? I knew what she was talking about because she gave the nigga a little ass. Right? So I'm like, what you mean? She's like, yeah, he said that he taught you everything that you know. What? Tell me everything I know. I said, okay. Well, let me let you know. That's not the case. He taught me a few things because, again, I'm naive to the whole marketing. I don't know how to play with people's mindset because that ain't my character. But he said he taught you all this shot. And so we laughed about that because she knew what it was. And I moved on from that. Right? Then you got these motherfuckers that talk godly. And I'm trying to just unravel this in my head, so bear with me. So I'm unraveling this in my head. When I finally get winning that, I'm like, all right. I hear what you're saying, but all I seen was a nigga too overly excited about my house. And me, personally, when I see a nice spread, I'm motivated. I'm inspired. But I ain't going to be overly excited and motivated. I ain't going to do too much. I'm going to give you the damn, bro, this a nice joint. And I'm going to leave it at that. And so that was that, man. I'm going to leave that there. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. It's the same nigga that has to filter the same content that was shot. What's this, 2024? So the same content that you seen back in 2020, 2021, 2022, maybe 2023. Now they got to refilter it back to the top of their page. So that's another red flag right there for you, right? If you seeing individuals, well, some of y'all may not know because you're new followers to them, but y'all know what's up, man. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I just can't say no, man. I really want to say it, but I can't. But when you seeing these motherfuckers that's refiltering content, they got to take it from 3-4 years ago and bring it back to the top of the page. That's who I'm talking about. And we going to move on from that. This shit going to get spicy because some of these motherfuckers in jail now. Oh, it's going to get spicy. Some of these motherfuckers in jail now still dropping content as if they outside. But them people ain't never been on live lately. Maybe I shouldn't have had this damn Remy because I'm out there unravel some real shit. But again, ladies and gentlemen, let's stay focused. The point of this episode is so I can help you save some money, right? And some of you marketers probably going to hate me for this, and it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to say to people. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 times out of 10, when you hear them talking about the doggone godly thing, when you hear them talking about how blessed they are to have their wife or their husband and all this extra shit, it's a red flag. And I simply say that because behind closed doors, ladies and gentlemen, these motherfuckers are cheating on their wives, cheating on their husbands. They getting high. They drinking a drink. And listen, nothing's wrong with having a nice little yak in there. But these motherfuckers are real alcoholics. They really need it. So again, pay attention to the red flags. And you marketers, sorry but not sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, when these people call you into this free room, it's nothing but a mind game. They do nothing but bring you into this free room and they take you on the roller coaster because as marketers, that's what we're trained to do. We are trained to take you on what we call an emotional roller coaster. Meaning, I'm going to tell you about my sob story about my mom being on drugs and my daddy being in jail or my daddy not being there or me being homeless because I want you to feel sorry for me. But then I'm going to take you up. But here I'm now. I got the Lamborghini, I got the mansion, I got this and I got that. Then I'm going to take you back down. But see, some of you don't want to do anything. You're feeling bad, and you did it. They give you the bullshit, and then they take you back up. And then guess what they do at the end? They pitch your ass. They get you to buy something. Was I a victim of it? Absolutely. I paid for a mentorship, all because, let's be honest here. I knew nothing about marketing. I'm a street dude. I'm just coming out in the military. I'm trying to take my illegal money and turn it to legal money. Like, teach me the way. So I'm falling into the trap too. All because I'm thinking a motherfucker really want to see me get to the next level. When in reality, all I was another number. And again, ladies and gentlemen, that's why tonight we're talking about what we're talking about, because I want you to stop giving your money to these fake ass influencers and these goddamn scammers, because whether you want to believe it or not, they're living the lives that they're living because of you. Unfortunately, it's done and it's over with. But it fucks me up in the head because I sit back and I watch these motherfuckers jumping now in and out of these different exotic whips. They jumping in and out of these different mansions because they've scammed you out of your lovely money that you got during a pandemic. So the motherfuckers is riding around with the flashy amber lights on their different cars and all this extra shit. It's only because you did it. And then, unfortunately, you just fell into the same blind, naive thing that I fell into, because I thought these motherfuckers were real and they were genuine, when in reality all you are is another number. They don't give a fuck because they go to sleep at night laughing. Now I'm telling you, I've been in rooms listening to the cackling of how they just made $50,000 off of somebody. So I want you to think about that. Before you go into this giving your bread away, really think about it. Again, the point of this whole episode is to save you some money. I'm giving you game. When you have these individuals speaking about the businesses that they have, really pay attention to it. Really see if they really have receipts. Because me personally, when I say anything that I have, I show receipts. When I told you guys back in August, I just got a $1.7 million government contract, I showed the receipt. When I tell you, oh, we got 15 bookings today on the water, I'm showing you. I'm not just talking about it. I'm showing you, oh, we got a boat here. We got 10 jet skis. We got a boat here. I'm showing you this shit. Half of these motherfuckers that you think are your motivation or inspiration, they're fraud. They come from an MLM background, whatever the fuck that marketing thing is. It's really an affiliate, but whatever they call it, MLM, I don't know what it's called. That's where they come from. So that's why they know how to speak so well and sell so well, because they're salesmen. But ladies and gentlemen, when it's too good to be true, it's too fucking good to be true. So when they telling you all these inspirational and motivational speeches, that's a red flag. Stop falling into these fucking traps and giving these people your money. Now we gonna move on. I took about almost, I think it's over. Yeah, I don't even know how long I took off, but it's been quite some time. And it was simply because I woke up. I really like realized what was happening. I really realized that these motherfuckers really not who they say they are, Rashad. The OGs that's been in the industry for quite some time that was pulling me to the side when I first came on, because listen, I was on tour for a whole year. Sometimes by myself, but other times I was speaking on other people's stage. But I was pulled to the side by a couple of people like, yo, listen, youngin, I see what you doing and I love what you're doing, but be careful with these motherfuckers, man. And see, I heard it, but I didn't take heed to it. I didn't stop and I ain't evaluate my surroundings, right? I didn't realize these people were only calling me to come and speak on the stages because, one, ain't nobody else talking about the boat or jet ski rental industry but me. Two, they bringing all these people in the room because they have this at the end fantastic offer that they're gonna give you. So they need someone like you that can motivate the people and get them pumped up and get them to at the end sign off on it, because I was the same individual. I was wrapped up in you got to do whatever you got to do to get to the next level. Da, 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 da. Like, and that's true. It's very well true. You have to do any and everything that you have to do to get to the next level. But if you're not doing it with morals or ethically, you ain't doing it the right way. And see, a lot of these motherfuckers don't run with that same mindset. They don't care whether they do it the right way or not. As long as they can convince you that you're a shitbag right now and you need to change your life by investing in me and let me help you get to the next level. Save your money. Save your time. I'm not telling you not to get into a mentorship, but make sure you dissect the entire situation, because it's going to save you money. And that's something that I didn't do. I didn't receive the same love that I was dishing out. Prime example, I had DC Takeover. It's Shaod's DC Takeover, and it's an annual thing, but the last 2 years, I haven't had it because I had to find myself again. And before I move on to the DC Takeover, let me tell you what I mean by finding myself. And for those of you that are just getting into the industry, listen up to what I'm saying. I had to find myself because I felt as though I had to fit in. I felt as though that I had to be at every event. I had to be at every mastermind. I had to be at every conference. I had to speak on everybody's stage. I just had to say yes to everybody because right now in Atlanta, everything is popping. And that's where I fucked up. That's where I made the mistake. Because during that time of me traveling to speak on everybody's stage, during that time of me thinking I had to be at every mastermind, every conference, and all this other stuff, I was losing my family. I was losing what really meant the most to me. I thought what I was doing was for them, but in reality, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm speaking to those who are now influencers or now mentors or those of you that are trying to tap into that space. At the end of the day, that money that you're making, it don't mean shit. They want your time. They want you. So don't get wrapped up into, such and such is having a private party. I need to go to that. Such and such is having a mastermind. I need to go to. Because guess what? At the end of the day, when these here cameras turn off, when those masterminds are over, when those conferences are over, and everything else that you have is over, you got to go back to those that mean everything to you. But when you neglect them, now you done fucked up relationships. And that's where I was at. I'm talking, well, my ex, I mean, there were times that we had dinner planned. You know, we supposed to be at dinner at 7:30. You know, I'm on class beyond my time frame. I'm supposed to be on there for an hour. I'm in there 3-4 hours. My daughter, my son, like I don't even know what size they wear. I gotta call back to the crib. Yo, what size does Rashad wear? What size does Miracle wear? And that shit really it woke me up. Right? This will really woke me up though. I did the DC takeover. Majority of my speakers were from Atlanta. Right? They were from Atlanta. You know, that's where I was hanging out at. So therefore, that's where I was showing my love at. So I got all the speakers from Atlanta to come here to DC, speak at the DC takeover. And when I tell you pristine, I'm talking pristine service. I'm talking every speaker was getting picked up in black trucks. Every speaker was greeted with a fresh bottle of champagne, chocolate-covered strawberries, a personal card for me, and a personal video for me. To the point that everybody was like, damn, Shaw, like, I ain't never had this. Right? But as I evaluated this shit, I'm like, damn. These motherfuckers, they ain't who they say they are. Because now when I'm coming to your city, I ain't getting the same treatment. When I touch down in your city, I gotta either hop in a black truck or I gotta go rent my own shit. That was the second time I woke up. Remember, the first time was when old boy came to the crib. Second time was when I woke up. That's when I seen that. Now, I'm gonna keep it 100, and I said I ain't gonna say no names, but I ain't gonna say no names. Her and her husband said, Shaod, why you think we've been sitting here off to the side by ourselves? You got all these motherfuckers from Atlanta. They don't really fuck with you. These motherfuckers are only here because of the audience that you have. They are only here because they see and know that you got motherfuckers that paid $5,000 and $20,000, if not more, to be in your program. That's all they see. And damn if they weren't fucking right. I had at least 4 calls from my mentees like, Shaod, I gave such and such 20,000 and it was complete bullshit, Shaod. And that shit fucked me up. Why? Because everything that I did and everything that I do to this day is from the heart. Yes, you're going to pay me because you got to pay for my time. But I promise you, there's nobody that's ever come through any program of mine that have spent days, weeks, months, or a year with me who say they haven't been successful. Because every piece of information, I've always over-delivered. But that shit crushed me. And again, that was my third. That woke me up. All right. Such and such told you, but you ain't listen. But now it's unraveling for you. So we're moving past the DC takeover. Now we're gonna talk about when I hit rock bottom. This is my 4th. Let me see. My 3rd. Maybe I don't know where the fuck I'm at. But this was another wake up call to me. Chase Bank, they shut my accounts down. I didn't know why at the time, but now I do. Because I was hanging with another individual that I thought had that bag, that I was wiring money to, helping him out. Now that motherfucker's in jail, waiting to be extradited. My cousin told me the other day, like, that's why your shit was fucked up, nigga. But that's another story. But that's another influence that y'all influenced and motivated by. Moving past that. So we get past the DC takeover. So now I'm really dialing in. Now I'm really paying attention. What the fuck is really going on with these niggas around me? All these niggas in Atlanta that's screaming Atlanta, they not even from Atlanta. What the fuck is really going on? And I quickly realized Shaod is marketing, right? When my back was against the wall, meaning when Chase froze my account, they took M's away from me, and I put my pride to the side, and I told certain individuals that I thought were my go-to friends or my influencer brothers and sisters, when I put my pride to the side and told them my situation, not one of them. And the conversation was really just like, yo, Chase don't shut my account down. I'm talking M's. Yo, my motherfucking, and honestly, truth be told, I wasn't really telling them my story for looking for a handout. It was really me just venting, but me also expecting for he or she to say, I got you, bro. Because at the end of the day, I'm bringing motherfuckers. When I was on tour by myself, I'm bringing motherfuckers to my event. And something that another thing I never seen, I'm giving half of what I brought in to that motherfucker that came and spoke. Let me let y'all catch this. 9 times out of 10, unless you're a paid speaker, unless you're someone who say, nah, I'm not coming to speak unless you pay me such and such. That's the only time you're really getting paid, because you're really just relying on that person's audience to tap into whatever program or product that you have. But I'm talking about me personally. When I had motherfuckers come in to certain states or cities, I would be like, yo, I made such and such. Here you go, bro. You think that's ever been returned to me? Absolutely not. You know who I'm talking about, but we ain't gonna say no names. That was my other flag. Damn. I called this nigga come and speak at such and such. Gave him half of what I made. You looked at me crazy like, damn, for real, you give me? You sure? But when I come speaking your shit, I don't get the same love. All right, another red flag, but we're going to keep going. So then, now I got motherfuckers. I can't even go there because I don't want to put his name out there. But you got motherfuckers who really screaming they millionaires and they're the best experts when it comes to your taxes and all this other shit, to where, nah, nigga, you just like these other motherfuckers. You fraud. You don't went in and scammed the PPP thing. That's how you got the Rolls Royce and the Lambo and the Range Rover and all that good shit. But that's why your ass in jail. Because you ain't who you are. Or you ain't who you say you are. And that shit crushed me, because everybody that I thought I was building relationships, that shit came from a genuine place from me. And that shit, it crushes me and it hurt, because it's like, damn, I really was, like, when I really sit and think about all this shit, it's like, damn, I really compared myself to motherfucker. And I'm not talking about money, because, again, I've been doing this shit since I was 18 years old. So it was never about the money, but it's like, damn, I really sat back and listened to your cornball ass tell me to do this and do that, and you should do this and you should do that. When in reality, all you've been doing is scamming motherfuckers. Whether you put a bullshit-ass course together, a bullshit-ass mastermind together, whatever it is, you're good with your mouthpiece or whatever, but you real life finesse me. And again, ladies and gentlemen, that's the point of this episode. I don't want you all to continue to fall victim to the bullshit. If a motherfucker can't really show you receipts as to the business that they say that they have, it's a red flag. If they're not willing to show you up to date Stripe accounts, because that's like one of the things now. Niggas love to pull out the Stripe account, but they don't love to show you from today or from this month or from this year. They like to show shit from back in 2021 and 2022. It's a red flag. And you need to understand that those are the type of people that you need to stay far away from. And I'm going to get on your ass too. Because half of the shit that you want to learn, it's available to you, but you're too lazy to go get it. So in this year, 2024, we're going to stop giving our bread to these fucking scammers. We're going to stop giving our bread to these motherfuckers that give these false-ass upbringings. We're going to stop giving our bread to these fake-ass influencers. And we're going to start reading. We're going to start going to these events ourselves. Because at the end of the day, what they do is they go to these masterminds. They go to these conferences. They go get half of the information. Well, they go get the information. I ain't going to say half. They go get the information. And they bring half of it back to you. They try to bring up this big-ass inner circle. And in this inner circle, all it is my guy, he's running my ads. And my ads are great. You also should go and deal with him. But in reality, you are nothing but an affiliate. Or you should go hop on such and such podcast and such is going to give you a discount because you're in my inner circle. It's just an affiliate. For those of you that are tapping into the industry and listen to me very close, stop doing what you see these cornball ass niggas do. And I'm going to talk to camera too for quite some time, so I'm going to stay right here. Stop falling into these very same traps because little do you know, the FTC, the SEC are closely watching you. And because you're talking about all this money that you're making and all this that you're doing, you're going to put yourself in jail. Because at the end of the day, if you can't back up everything that you put out there, your ass is going to jail. So stop following what you seeing these other people doing. Find your own wave. Find you and stay in that lane. If you have real information to give to the people, do it morally and do it ethically. All right? Don't do this shit for the money because I'm telling you, all these motherfuckers that you think is up, they're not up. They're being investigated. They're about to go to jail. All these people that you think are up, they only have these whips and these houses because of you. Look at how many people that you see are now getting houses built all of a sudden. Why? Because they have a mouthpiece, and they know how to finesse you. If you're really trying to get somewhere, if you're really trying to level up, all I'm going to say is dissect, break down, really dial in on who that person is. And I can go on, and I can go on, and I can go on. But I got to wrap it up. But I wanted to tap in and let y'all know your favorite influencer is not who the fuck they say they are. going to see you on the next episode. And we're going to finish this because it got to be a part 2.